if one wishes to obscure the truth, the best method is to put what we are trying to hide in plain view. I'm going to be talking about hollow earth theory, synchromysticism, and symbolism in the media. There are certain unexplainable phenomena having to do with the Earth's geomagnetic pull, magnetism, our own DNA's response to it, and our own genetic manipulation, and the misfortune of being told lies about our history and purpose for being. A subdivision of Hitler's SS known as the Thule Society often used the Black Sun sigil in their most powerful and potent rituals. As you see, the spinwheel design of the Black Sun emulates the Stargate motif, or alternating island syndrome, that is most commonly representative in the media. Here you have our spaceship Atlantis, which also indirectly confers Stargate technology and references the pyramids at Giza. Here you have the Aurora Borealis over Antarctica, a phenomenon that cannot be explained away by solar flare or corona damage to our atmosphere. Notice the serpent rope DNA on either side of this Thule Society flyer with the swastika or Black Sun sigil in the center. This society was renowned for being able to reverse engineer alien craft or extraterrestrial craft, not necessarily from outside of the planet, but perhaps within. Sacred geometry seems to be an indicative value of the correspondence between the Earth and the conscious beings on its surface, and perhaps within its surface. The fractalated nature of our microbiology, our DNA, seem to mimic the stars and the patterns of Fibonacci sequences in every possible way. Here you have a motif of the southern tip of the Black Sun as an entrance to Hollow Earth or Agartha, and this is a geometric explanation of the patterns of Giza. Illumination. Whatever it is at the boiling point of social consciousness. There is a pale green electric rider on the glass horizon, bringer of equilibrium, balance, and evolution into a new era. But how deep does the rabbit hole go? As Alice sits on her psychedelic Amanita mushroom cat with the Cheshire Cat glancing over at her in his Masonic stripes, I can't help but to think that this wonderland they're depicting is actually Agartha or Shangri-La. As seen in Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, they actually venture to Shangri-La in search of an evil Nazi scientist by the name of Totenkopf, which relates back, once again, to the Thule Society and Hitler's mission to Antarctica and a venture to find Agartha. The Atlantean Stargate design seems to directly emulate the human chakra system, with a pyramid of enlightenment at the top via meditation or psychedelic drug usage. H.P. Lovecraft, the writer of the Cthulhu mythos, was a story about a subterranean Agartha-like realm in which psionic creatures, represented in a demonic light, lived. The same is to be said about Dungeons & Dragons and the Underdark. Here we see our favorite Tiny Toon rabbit, right in the bullseye of an Atlantean stargate. Another rabbit in a wormhole, you could say. On a checkerboard in a Masonic lodge, with eyes of illumination at the north and south entrances to Agartha. 33 divisions from the surface of the planet to the interior. Ah, Middle-earth. That wouldn't be a reference to anything inside the planet, would it? And why should we be having wars over it? Here we see Gandalf and the serpent-tongued Balrog demon being cast to the subterranean H.P. Lovecraft-like realms of Agartha. And then we come, of course, to the demonization of the sacred feminine as she eats the apple in the Garden of Eden, tempted by the serpent Lucifer, who is only representative of the occult knowledge of the origins of Genesis, the origins of creation. Our fork-tongued serpent DNA magnetism, our slave race reconnaissance, forever quarantined, the caduceus that enslaves, and takes from us the light of Lucifer, the light of knowledge. Cast him down into the abyss, the subterranean labyrinths of the Underdark, the Cthulian realm, or what Agartha may actually represent. Life. The lost tribes of Abraham, the Lemurians, Atlanteans, Sumerians, the tribes of Babylon, and the Maya. Perhaps they knew exactly what Agartha was, and where it was, and why the Illuminati has tried to blindfold us as to our origins for so long. And God created the waters above and below the firmament, above and below.